All right, camping trip's over. Take all your crap, chuck it in the back of the car, head home. It's too much trouble to get it all back in the bag, right? In this video, I'm gonna show you how I pack up my tents. Over the years, I've had plenty of time to get good at packing my tent back into its bag. And yes, it can be a pain in the butt. Sometimes you almost wonder how in the world they originally got it in there. So I'll show you what I do to get the tent back in the bag. And this tent setup here, we got the tent itself, we got the fly, we got a ground cover, and then we also got the spikes and the poles. So we'll see if we can get all this packed back in there, and hopefully this video will help you to get your bag back together before you head out. All right, so first things I do is I collapse the tent down. I put the tent pretty much right down on top of itself. So center of the tent, just drop it right down in the center. Make it as square as you can. Okay, I then take my rain fly, lay it down right on top of the tent. Try to get it within the same dimensions of the tent itself. Okay, so tent down first, square it up, put your rain fly down next, square it up, and then I add in the footprint. And just like any other point in this process, square it up. Okay, once you got everything laying on top of itself and square it up, you take the whole tent and everything and fold it in half. I take my tent poles and I start rolling the tent around them. After a couple of rolls with the tent poles, I'll then roll in my tent spikes. If you have one side of this that has more of a bulge or more material than the other, put the spikes on the lesser side. That way when it rolls up, it's still kind of even. If all things are even, then just roll it in there. And then as you go, if you get one side that's kind of protruding out a little bit more, then just kind of fold it in. And then just make sure you keep wrapping everything up nice and tight. When you get to the end, if you have any straps or ropes or cords hanging out, tuck those in. And then there'll be some air evacuating out the back side of the tent as you go. Just let it do that. All right, so we have our entire tent, fly, footprint, spikes, and poles all wrapped up nice and neat. One side always tends to protrude out or be a little less smooth or straight than the other side. I always put that side in first. And just kind of stuff it in the bag. Pull the cord, and you're all good to go. And that is how I get my tent back into the bag. The end of a wonderful camping trip. A couple of things to note: if you put your tent away wet, make sure when you get back home you open it up. I even set it up in the yard and I give it a chance to dry back out. Putting them away wet can cause them to mold or mildew and really stink the next time you open them back up. You know, the other thing to consider too is sometimes tents are a little bit bigger. You might have to fold it in a third and then a third to get it down to the right size so you can roll it up. But whatever it takes, this method has worked for all the different tents I use. Some I tri-fold, some I just fold in half. So it really depends on your tent, your setup. Just try it a couple different ways and see what works best for you. I hope that helps you get your tent put back in the bag the way it belongs, and helps you to end your trip with a little less stress. Thanks guys, y'all take care. Any questions, throw them below and I'll do my best to answer them. We'll see you on the next one. You guys sure do make filming videos difficult sometimes, you know that? Yeah. 2 out.